Okay, what is up, guys? Welcome back to season 1, episode 5 of D Speeds podcast. You guys already know who it is, but for those who don't know my name or who I am still, I'm Daniel. I can be new. Once again, thank you guys for coming to another episode of D Speeds podcast. Without further ado, we're going to get right into today's session. Before we get into it, I want to introduce my guest for today. Why don't you take the time to introduce yourself, talk a little bit about yourself, and even shout out your Instagram handles.
So guys, name's Steven. I'm 18, first year student at the University of Windsor. My Instagram handle, fo.steven. That's about it.
Thank you so much, Steven, for coming out today, taking the time to come out for today's podcast. And without further ado, we're going to get right into it. Before we get into the main session of the podcast, I just want to go through some news that has been really stirring up in today's world for like the past 2 weeks and as recent as today. There was a incident that happened on Highway 400 where a truck driver was on his phone throughout the entire ride to his destination. Eventually, there was a traffic jam in front of him. It just happened to be in front of him, and he ran through that entire traffic jam. There were pictures of that incident, and it looked like nobody could have survived that crash, especially the person that he had hit first. Have you ever seen like an animated car crash? That's what it looked like.
Yeah. Now the driver should get like 25 to life, bro.
I'm telling you. And they released the video camera of the inside of the car, the driver just holding his car. It wasn't until like 5 meters away from the car that he realized that he was about to hit it. He couldn't do anything about it. He just had to run through it.
Hopefully everyone there was safe, bro.
Yeah, everyone was fine. There was only one person in that car. That's another thing I want to point out too. Luckily, it was a van. The van was long enough, so the person in the front was okay. There was no one in that car, just the person in the front, right? If there were more people in that car, nobody in the back would have survived that crash. I'm telling you, bro, it was ridiculous. So that's the first thing. The second thing, TikTok being banned and restored in less than 24 hours. Let's talk about that, bro. America can sometimes be a joke. No, I'm telling you, let me explain why though. When I first heard about that ban, I just knew that ban wasn't gonna last. And if it did last, I truly would have been happy. Me, myself, I'm addicted to TikTok. So I think it would have done me a favor. It wasn't until that I even realized that TikTok wasn't going to be banned in Canada that I was like, damn, I'm still going to be addicted to the app. But as soon as the ban was lifted, I believe the ban was lifted like 12 hours into the ban.
Yeah.
After the ban was lifted, other non-Americans were snitching to the returning American TikTok influencers that countries like Canada, South Africa, Australia, they were trying to take over TikTok ever since they left. I'm telling you, bro, those were like, it was so funny. I mean, you tell me your thoughts about that whole ban, honestly.
Bro, I can't lie. America has been carrying TikTok, bro.
I'm telling you.
Oh my God. TikTok's like, I'm always on it 247, bro. Cause like, when it got banned, I went to like Instagram Reels and stuff. I'm like, nah,
it's not the same.
It's not the same. Not the same vibe,
it's
bro.
Not the same, bro.
Like, no more trends, no more, bro. No more funny shit, man. No more
bro.
being rotten, bro. Like, I mean, what's a good thing for like locking in, but like, come on, bro. I'm not locking in every day, bro, or every second.
Exactly, bro. Now I feel you, bro. I feel you, but I mean, it's back now. People are using it again.
Yeah.
I just wish that I had that feeling of I don't have to worry about going on TikTok anymore. I can actually lock in for school, bro. Anyways, the last thing that I want to bring up on the podcast is, so recently there apparently has been a serial killer in Windsor. His name, and I'm gonna read out everything that my mom actually sent this to me. I'm gonna read out everything that she sent it to me. So it says that it is a 61-year-old man named Jeffrey Thomas. He's a serial
killer. Jeffries, bro.
It's
always the Jeffries, bro.
His name is Jeffrey Thomas, 61-year-old. He's moving around areas in Windsor, Ontario, knocking on people's doors, pretending that he's homeless and that he's seeking help, claiming that he's starving. He has nothing in him, right? His first victim last night was a 41-year-old single woman who he in front of her children and left like that. And then a 71-year-old lady, he was helping her get her groceries, putting them inside her car, and he took her van and ran off. I kid you not, bro. I can't even lie about this to you, bro. And it makes me think like there are guys like this in Windsor, Ontario. I've been in Windsor for too long, I've never seen something or heard something like this happen before. I kid you not. I think the worst that I've heard like happen in Windsor is like there have been kidnappings. Basically, kidnappings are the worst that I've heard in Windsor. But honestly, other than that, this is like absolutely unreal. It says, "Do not approach him." Oh, it said that he's harmed, and if you ever see him, just call the police. I kid you not, bro. If anyone comes knocking on your door, just crack open the door and see who it is. Make sure it's no one named Jeffrey.
Bro.
You know, I always, not I always, but I would be scared if someone kindly knocked on my door, told me that they needed something, I just left my door open like that, and they came in, and then there's issues. I'm kid you not, I'd be so scared.
Bro, the African in me won't open the door.
The African
I'm not opening no door for nobody,
nah, bro. That's wild. But anyways, that's just a little bit of what's going on in today's world. Guys, just stay safe, honestly. If someone ever comes knocking on your door, make sure it's someone that you know and not some random stranger, because
Stay safe, guys.
Stay safe, you know. Just don't be on your phones when you're driving, guys. Honestly, it saves lives for you to just drive without your phone. Your phone is not going to kill you. With that being said, we're going to keep moving on with our podcast, our session for the day. As you guys already know, you guys send us questions through my Instagram, and we pick out those questions and answer them on the podcast today. My guest Stefan has picked out 3 pretty good questions, I can't lie, for us to go through today. And without further ado, we're going to get right into it. So, here, Stefan, you just randomly choose what question we should answer first. All right, let's.
I'm going to read it out?
Yeah, read it out.
What is the best piece of advice someone has ever given you? I can't lie, I've gotten a shit ton of advice from like people, but like the best is like I use every day, bro. Live your life like you're about to die tomorrow, bro. Take that risks, bro. Don't hold back. You only live once, bro. Like we're not sure about the afterlife or reincarnation or something like that, bro. And like, yeah, just live your life like you're about to die tomorrow.
Definitely, bro. The best piece of advice I've ever gotten was you should live your life for you. Like you said, it's similar to what you said, but the reason why I got this advice is because I was struggling to kind of figure out what exactly I wanted to do with my life. This was before I took YouTube seriously, before I realized that, you know, the program that I'm even taking in university is not the program for me. One thing I realized about like this life specifically, guy, you know, I'm actually pushing 20. We're ending our teenage years in like 2 years, bro.
God,
and
bro.
And now that I think about it, bro, we're getting old.
I'm not an uncle, though. I'm not an uncle.
I told my friend that I was pushing 20. That we're turning 19 this year. We're pushing 20. She said, "Oh, you're turning into an aunt." I'm like, "Which aunt?" I will never become an aunt in Jesus' name. Yeah, probably the one thing that really resonates with me is that you just gotta do what you want to do for you. You know, just. Don't worry about what other people are going to say. At least in the long run, you'll be able to sit back and think, wow, despite them telling me that it's not a good idea that you do, you still did it, and look how far it got you. Whether it got you into a good position or it drew you back from it, it's like a learning lesson. You at least went through it, and you can now say that I experienced them, and now I know what to do if I were ever put in that situation or that scenario again. All right.
Question number 2.
Question number 2. What do you think makes a friendship last in today's world? Oh, that's a really good question, honestly. Being honest with your friends, you know, not ever hiding things from them. I've had this one friend, and I'm going to get her to come on this podcast too. I've been friends with her for we're pushing 11 years now. Friends with her for 11 years. I feel like one thing we've kind of established in our friendship is being honest and being authentic too. Every time we're around each other, it's just good vibes, and you know, we're just there. We know that based on how long our friendship has been, there shouldn't be anything that could like tear us apart, you know? Honesty, loyalty especially, trust as well. You have to be able to trust the person that you're friends with. And if you don't, well, that's a conversation that you need to have with the people that you're friends with.
Similar goals for me, bro.
Okay.
I cannot be friends with someone like we mustn't like have to do the same thing, especially, but like we have to like have the same positive goals like in life. I have to be friends with someone with like knows what they want with their lives, bro. Not someone who's like, oh, I'm going to party 2-4-7. I'm going to party the rest of my life. Nah,
like they have plans for their life. They know what they at least have an idea of what they want to do.
Exactly. Even if it's like not effective right now, but like they know what they want to do with themselves in like the next 6 to 10 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely. I also feel like you as an individual should also surround yourself with positive people. When I first meet someone, like I try to analyze who they are based on how they present themselves to me. When I first meet them, if your aura is already giving me a bad aura, I can't lie, I'm not approaching you. I don't even think most of the time,
I don't really approach people,
like,
bro.
if you're already giving me a bad demeanor, I'm so sorry. I just can't bring myself to talk to you. When you surround yourself with good people, they, like you said, they bring positive vibes, good vibes. They're always trying to look for your best interests, always rooting for you. You know, they're not the people that tell you not to go and do something and they'll go and do it themselves because they know that it will benefit them more than it will benefit you. You just don't want to be with people who look down on you, who constantly look down on you. All right, we're going to go to our last question. I feel like this podcast, it went by really quick. That's crazy. Our last question. What is the best way to get over someone who has seriously hurt you? Oh, this is a good question. This is a good question. What is the best way to get over someone who has seriously hurt you?
First off, I sleep. First off, I go to bed.
Oh my gosh.
Wake up, think about life. Then like start doing things I've never done before. Like things that make me happy. Surround myself with like good people, like things that like make me not like be sad every time I game, bro. I'm just gonna be on my console 247, bro. Like I don't want anything that's gonna make me reflect back on it, bro. Yeah. Basically like force myself to like not remember it. But like I don't think people truly get over being hurt totally, bro. Like you don't forget it, bro. Like even if you don't like talk about it every time, at least like probably once in a month you're gonna remember it, bro.
Something will remind you about it.
Exactly, like
something will remind you, bro. In my last podcast, we did a little game. I did a game with my friend Collins. One of the questions was, would you rather relive the same moment you lived before, or be able to erase any memory that you have in your mind? I told him that I would rather erase any memory that I've had in my mind because I don't want to experience that same mistake or that same pain, that same hurt that I went through in the past. If I had any advice for anyone who's trying to get over someone, like you said, do things that you know you've never done before. Do what you love.
Yeah.
I can't lie, bro. There are so many times during first semester specifically. Most of my experience happened first semester, bro. Like when you first start university first semester, the world really opens up to you. First semester, it's actually crazy. I think I struggled the most with trying to find the right people for me. I was just like everywhere, making friends with whoever came my way. Ever since I left high school, my mind was like, when I get to university, man, I'm gonna have this really cool black group. Ain't nobody gonna mess with us, you know, it's just gonna be us. Like I had this fantasy going into university. And as soon as I stepped foot on campus, reality just slapped me.
Grownish type shit,
I'm
bro.
telling you, bro. Honestly, I feel like the best way to just get over someone is just to keep doing what you love, distract yourself with even new things too, and ultimately focusing on yourself.
Yeah.
Definitely just focusing on being a better person for yourself. If anything, the person that hurt you would have taught you a lesson, taught you something that you should be able to take in for yourself and learn how to like adapt to it. When you really take the time to think about that moment and think about how you did before, how you're doing now, that person really see your worth?
Exactly.
That's the question you should be asking yourself. So like you said again, just take the time to really think about what you went through with that person and how you can improve for yourself. At that point, you really realize your worth and know that this person wasn't treating you the way that you should have been treated.
Exactly.
Go to the gym. Guys, go to the gym.
It's too cold outside, bro.
Bro, you gotta power through it. That's
too cold outside.
That should not stop you, bro. You gotta push through. Go to the gym. I've been seeing these TikTok videos, Instagram reels. People are just going on the Stairmaster. Have you ever used that before?
No,
the Stairmaster. People go on it for hours, bro. And in my head, I was like, for hours. In my head, I was like, how can people do this for such a long time? Every time I go to the gym, I always see people on the Stairmaster. I can't even go on the Stairmaster because so many people are there already waiting in line to go.
Exactly, bro. Like the gym at the university, bro, is always so packed. Like, oh my god,
it's always so packed. Like you have to go early in the morning if you. Really
it might still be packed, bro.
You're not even guaranteed, even if you go in the morning, bro. All right. Anyways, we are wrapping up the podcast for the day. We're getting into our last segment, which is the open floor guest segment. This is an opportunity for you to just talk about whatever that's going on in the world today. If there's anything that you feel you saw on social media, on the internet, that you're like, damn, this would be something to talk about in the podcast. This is your opportunity to. We can even go back to some of the questions that we even talked about, or just, you can just vibe.
Yeah, it's more like a mental health question, bro. Like people going through shit should like kind of like learn to open up, because some people feel like a problem shared is like a problem more shared, if you get what I'm saying. Because like people like deal with trust issues, but like if you open up to like the right person, that's kind of like a problem shared, in my opinion. Some time ago I was going through something. I've been holding it in. I'm talking about months, like months. And like my mom actually kept on like noticing me being off lately, and she's like always calling me out, asking me if I'm good, and I keep on lying 247. But like it got to a point where I was like, nah, I cannot do this no more, and like a lot of things were going in my head, so I had to like open up. And like when I opened up, a part of me was like relieved a bit. Yeah, that's about it. So I'm just talking based off my own experience.
All right. So what's your message to everyone? Just to learn how to open up.
Yeah,
to the
right
people.
person.
Open up to the right people. Y'all heard that, guys? You gotta open up to the right people. And I know, I hear where you're coming from, but because obviously there's some people that take advantage of
your
people's
emotions.
Definitely,
Bro.
your emotions, how you feel. They feel like, you are at a vulnerable moments. They want to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
Nah, but we can't let that slide. Y'all gotta watch out who you're telling your problems to. Make sure you're telling them to the right people. Honestly, the right people are most likely your parents. I can't lie. They're most likely your parents, because
back moms want some mom cloud and
yeah,
like
bro. No, bro, you're right. But if you got a best friend, me personally, I don't believe in best friends anymore, bro. Friends have put me through it to the point where I don't even believe in best friends. If you got a best friend, a close friend,
going to a boarding school in Nigeria.
Boarding schools in Nigeria.
Oh my god, bro!
You're gonna see experience with that,
You're
bro.
gonna see every type of. You're gonna see people worse than the devil, bro. You're gonna meet people that are gonna walk all over your emotions,
like
bro.
you're
Like
nothing.
it's bad, bro. Oh my god.
Watch who you're talking to. Be careful who you're sharing your information with.
Pick the right friends.
Facts, bro. Anyway, Steven, I want to say thank you once again for joining me on my podcast for the day. And before you leave, why don't you just shout your Instagram handles out and let everyone know where to follow you.
Follow me on Instagram at foe.steven, FOE.Steven.
Once again,
with
Steven.
A PH.
Once again, it's Steven with a PH, not Steven with a V. All right, once again, Steven, thank you so much for joining me on my podcast. If you guys are new to my podcast, do not forget to like this video, comment down below, and let me know what you guys think of the questions of the day, the news that we shared with you guys today, as well as what's going on in your lives as well. If you guys are interested in joining my podcast, like I say in every one of my videos, send me a DM on my Instagram or just comment down below in this video so that we can start, booking dates and getting things rolling. All right. Thank you once again, guys, for joining today's podcast, and I'll see you guys in our next video.
See you guys soon.
Peace.